Did you know there is classified government footage from a Nevada test site showing shadows moving where no physical object ever stood? In the late 1950s, during a period of intense weapons testing in the Nevada desert, the US government installed high-speed film cameras across a restricted range to analyze blast effects. These cameras were mechanical, frame-locked, and incapable of distortion. Their only job was to record light and shadow exactly as it existed. For weeks, everything appeared normal. Then a technician developing routine footage noticed something impossible: shadows sliding across the concrete several seconds before any explosion, vehicle, or person entered the frame. At first, supervisors dismissed it as film damage. The reel was marked flawed and archived, but the shadows kept returning. Different angles, different cameras, different days, always appearing first. Engineers recalibrated equipment, replaced film stock, and even changed shooting schedules. Yet the anomaly persisted. The shadows did not match the sun's position. They stretched sideways, bent backward, and sometimes stopped entirely, as if waiting. One internal note described them as directional, a word later blacked out in permanent marker. The engineer who wrote it was reassigned within 48 hours. His records end there. The situation escalated when one test was delayed due to unusual pre-test footage. The cameras showed shadows clustering near an observation bunker almost half a minute before the countdown. The delay prevented technicians from entering the zone. That was the moment officials realized the phenomenon was predictive. The footage wasn't reacting to events, it was anticipating them. A classified task group was formed, and all visual data was sealed under a designation unrelated to weapons testing. Access was limited. Those granted access began requesting transfers, citing stress, insomnia, and the feeling of being watched even in empty rooms. A photographic analyst named Harold Weiss slowed the film frame by frame and discovered something deeply unsettling. The shadows overlapped each other, as if cast by multiple figures standing together. In several frames, they leaned toward nearby people, stretching unnaturally long. Weiss wrote that the shadows behaved as if they belonged to something present but unseen. His memo vanished from the archive. 2 weeks later, Weiss died in a single-vehicle accident on a clear road, his car crushed from above. No other vehicle was involved. Nighttime tests were conducted to eliminate solar interference. Floodlights bathed the range in artificial light, creating harsh, predictable shadows. When the film was reviewed, analysts saw a second layer beneath them, darker shadows moving independently. In one sequence, a human-shaped silhouette appeared directly behind a technician, its head tilted, its arm raised. The technician never turned around. Less than a minute later, he collapsed and died. Official cause: sudden cardiac failure. After that incident, cameras were removed from certain zones entirely. Film was declared unreliable. Digital systems later replaced them, programmed to filter out visual inconsistencies. But even decades later, a maintenance log noted a brief system failure during calibration. The screen displayed moving dark forms with no source. The data corrupted itself instantly. The technician wrote only one sentence before signing off: "The shadows are still there." Today, the Nevada test site remains active, silent, and sealed. The footage has never been released. But a retired archivist once claimed the final reels showed shadows no longer bound to the ground. They climbed walls, they reached toward people. And in the last frame he ever saw, one shadow paused, separated slightly from the rest, and moved just a fraction too late, like it was learning how to follow.